Hey, my Taurus babies, what's happening? This is EJ from Taurota Tarot, getting ready to do your weekly update. This is going to roll Monday through next Tuesday. Tomorrow, July 13th, through the following Tuesday, July 21st. I've already shuffled, cut the cards. Let me say this first, because I've been saying it at different points, but Mercury retrograde, the message is really just getting through my little thick skull. Some of you all have people around you that are just fucked up right now. I don't know how else to articulate the energy other than it's fucked up. And so it seems like this person or persons, they don't necessarily have to be related or anything together, but they're just salty. Because you like, for whatever reason, Taurus is just like, fuck it. I'm doing what the fuck I want to do. Kiss my ass. You got like it. I'm doing my shit. And in this kind of energy, when people are kind of determined that, you know, you're going to do what they want you to do, or you need to comply in some kind of way. And this is not saying Taurus is not complying with anything, but you kind of are making your own path right now. And it just... Uranus and Taurus, pick your shit. Retrograde, Venus, Mercury, Jupiter, Saturn. Pick something, whatever it is that's got you feeling this way. Other people are watching. So the cards that I saw pop up in the granny cards, watch your back. Change your perspective. The Hangman showed up. Check your vibe. Some of you need to just check and see what the vibe is where you are. Sound check, you need to be listening probably and less talking so you can hear what's going on. I think there are clues around us, but if we're not aware of something, and I think a lot of us, I know I got sideswiped Friday last week. I was like, wait a minute, the fuck? That kind of energy. People you wouldn't expect, they just salty because you're doing your damn thing and they can't for whatever reason. So be mindful of that. There is a lot of jealous hatred out here currently. And people just, they don't give a shit. They just want to find something not to like you about. So be mindful of that. That's probably in part why the Cloak Yourself in Light card has been showing up so much. I didn't see that particular card when I was shuffling, but be that as it may, that's just kind of a heads up. This is definitely a week to keep your focus on love and not feel like you can't make no move. I'm just saying. This is a reminder. I do my cards straight up. I don't do reversals. So I'm trying to see what we got. I love. You got the I know and the overall. So this is chakra shit. You got the heart chakra, the I love, I want, I can. Like I said, love is at the top of the list this week. In case you hadn't figured that part out. Yeah. July is 7, yes? 4, 2, and 3. Those of you that play lottery, go play them. Moderation is here. So I feel this. It feels like some of you are excited about something getting ready to pop off. And you trying not to let shit just get away with you. Trying to have some self-discipline, but you got 4 chakra cards on the board. So as much reflecting on, I'm just the messenger. What you want me to tell you? But that's Uncle Commitment right there. That is Taurus's main card, and this is what's in your overall energy. What you know about commitment. And for some of you, the person you might be thinking about, things have changed. So let's hold that thought. 7 of Swords on top of the Trapped in Fear. Let me just get the cards out because it all come out in the jumble. The I love, or the heart chakra pulls the 2 of Wands. Sacral chakra pulls the King of Cups. There's the I want. Solar plexus chakra, or the I can, pulls the 4 coins. Completion pulls the Emperor. Patience and planning pulls strength. Moderation pulls a 2 of coin. Environment pulls a 6 of cups. Parenting pulls a King of Swords. Fertility pulls a 7 of wands. Okay. Woo! I feel like a damn radio station. Voices in my ears just like, hey, right here. So, without belaboring anything too much, this is your overall. And talking about your head, what's in your head. And right now, love is not just about the heart for some of you. It's about what's going on in your head as well. Knowing where you want to see commitment in your relationships. If you're in one right now, you're thinking about, is this good enough? Some of y'all are in situations where you got your foot getting ready to put it in the kicker's shoe and bounce somebody right the hell on out because they're not coming correct. So however that's resonating, others of you are thinking about commitment. You may have a potential somebody on the horizon. You may have been in communication. Y'all might be kind of kicking it for what that's worth. Again, you're looking at the situation for what it's worth. It's going to bring you the kind of commitment that you wanted to. Others of you may be dealing with somebody from your past and trying to see if there's a change. I saw that hangman when I was shuffling. If there's been a change in perspective, a change in synchronicity, a change in goals, achievements, shit between the two of you, and is that commitment there to the relationship? That's the front end. On the back end, all that big woofing and barking and shit. Some of us, and I guess I throw my hat in this ring too, we're scared. Fuck it. You got the 4 coins down here as well. We're scared. We know what we want. And this is kind of ping-ponging around on both fronts, both professionally and romantically. So some of y'all, and people are talking. And we done already had conversation about the haters and people just trying to see what the fuck you doing. They doing, and it, for some reason, it's just kind of got you in insecure mode. Now, I'm not going to have to tell you to do anything because this ain't going to last long. This ain't going to last long. One person say the wrong doggone thing about some shit to you, and them swords is coming up off your back, and it's on and popping. The bigger energy is what's in your head. Is you trying to walk past something. A lot of you trying to dismiss me with that shit. Somebody starts some shit. Well, I feel for whoever it is this week. They start some shit with you this week. Them swords, them bully horns is gonna be sharpened up, and somebody's getting gored. I'm just saying. But right now, because you know your temper. Let me just kick it out there for Taurus. We know our tempers. We know, you can only push us so far. Now, we got shit to say. So, be mindful, especially if this is work. Just be mindful of where you are. You still gonna have to get up and say what you need to say. I feel that strongly. But be mindful of where you are. Say what you need to say, and then go back to your little cubby hole and do what you do. Do not let anybody see you sweat. And this is okay. People always say, why try to fear? When you don't know what's going on around you, especially if you've just recently been hit with something that you were totally unaware of that was going on, whether at work or at home, that can back you up. I'm just saying. So you can be in a feeling or in a space of trapped in fear because you don't know whether you should just lose your mind or let it go. In this energy, you still need to stand up in your light. You still need to defend yourself. But again, I think I said this last week, I wouldn't be picking any fights. I wouldn't be trying to start any fights, but anybody trying to bring the noise to your door, I don't even have to tell you. Shut them down. Just shut them down. We get to tomorrow. This is for that group. Y'all are weighing your options heavily. And for many of you, this might be an old person. You love this person. You didn't get past the bullshit trying to figure out, do I love him or not? Yes, you do. And I'm calling days, but tomorrow, Thursday, next Saturday, next Monday, whenever. But this is about looking at the portrait that the two of you, even if you're talking about somebody from the past, have painted together. Or the possibility of what you can do together. And then adjusting your desires. You see, that's chakra shit down here. Yeah, that's why it took me so long to get these chakra cards in here, because you got to add all that shit up. Aligning Your heart, let me just move this shit. With your gut, come on now. With your chest, your sunshine. So from your head to your toe, aligning yourself to get exactly what it is that you're trying to manifest. And so this is difficult for me. I know it may be difficult for some of you, especially if it's a do-over situation. Articulating positive shit. This relationship will work for me. This is the person that I know loves me. And I mean, from beginning to end, you got to get your shit in order. If you don't, you're going to come up with the missing link and you're going to be mad because you're going to miss the person you really want, and you will have manifested some other clown, and then you're just going to be salty all from the beginning to the end. So this week, fuck the little cards. Make sure from your head to your toe. And if you're not familiar with chakra work, Google it, search it, however y'all work that, and get what you need to get out of that. The bigger message is making sure what you want is in alignment with what you're saying and what you're doing. Any little deviation, you're going to end up, like I said, with the missing link, and you're going to be mad. So just know that. So from Monday, Tuesday through Wednesday, I want, looking for that King of Cups. And this is really speaking to somebody that is able to be available to you emotionally. So some of you may have some choices to make, because you may be dealing with some of these fuckers out here that just they have no emotional IQ. And so they got you doing all the work. If you're female, the feminine energy, a lot of times guys will, excuse me, have us doing a whole lot of work, but they don't ever commit emotionally because we're so busy trying to chase them down. It never happens. So with that said, making sure, because this may be actually somebody for some of you, a water sign, a Pisces, a Cancer, a Scorpio, making sure that this is the person that you want, and making sure that they are emotionally available to you and what you want. Boom, right there. And again, if your manifesting skills, your mind saying one thing, your head saying something else, and your mouth saying a third thing, and your heart all down in the basement somewhere, you're going to come up with the wrong thing. With the I Can chakra, your solar plexus, that part right there at your breastbone, and this is where you get guarded. You may have a conversation with somebody, and they may say something. Don't forget, we're just rolling through Mercury shadow. Today it is stationing direct, but you still got to go over the next 2 weeks of where you were the past 2 weeks. So the planet itself is retracing its steps. Your interests may say some stupid shit, totally unbeknownst to them, and it might just put you on guard. For others of you, they may do something. For those of you in long-term situations, you may be getting guarded. I said that right. You may be getting guarded because some changes are coming up in your relationship. Maybe somebody switched jobs, hours are changing, and you may be worried if somebody gonna pick up the kids, that whole nine. So be mindful of that energy, but it's chakra work. And it's making sure everything from head to toe is in line with what you want. When we get down here to Thursday with the Emperor and completion, this is work. This is work. So some of you may be transferred, may be moved, may be parsed out somewhere to another department. Others of you may just literally be on a new job, brand new job at 9. We'll figure out which way you want to go. So for some of you, this might just be a stepping stone, and it might just be the thing to get you out of where you are, but to get you where you want to go. So it feels like those of you that might be making job changes, not necessarily career changes, this is a stepping stone. And this will help you determine where you want to go from this point. That's not a bad thing. In the middle of all of this, for Friday, your centerpiece and your challenge, It's about the patience. I know y'all like, EJ, shut up with that patience shit. Ain't nobody trying to hear you. I'm sorry. I'm a Taurus too. I got to hear it too. I'm sick of the word patience. But now you should be able to see the tangibles. You should be able to see way clearer than you could 6 months ago. And a little clearer than you could a couple months ago. You should have some general idea of what you're trying to do, which way you want to go. It feels like a lot of you are trying to, and that it's sitting next to this completion card and the Emperor ending a position. It feels like, or ending some part of whatever you're doing and moving to. I don't feel like anybody's necessarily getting fired, but it feels like you're moving to the next thing. And it may look like it's mundane and some bullshit, but actually what it's doing is the universe setting you up for the next thing. Just know that part. So that brings you here to Friday's energy and your centerpiece about the patience and the planning. And this ain't the cutesy, house and home patience and planning. This is the get your drill and get the cement truck, that kind of shit. So be patient, continue planning. Whatever it is that you're trying to get up off the ground towards, if it's a business, keep doing what you're doing, be patient. You see what's going on in the real world. So, it's going to take a minute for some things to shake out. But trust me, there's opportunity all over the place. Those of you that are looking for it, about that strength. And just grabbing what you need to grab, holding on, and pretty much saying, fuck it, let's go for it. You've got this. I have no reservation, no hesitation in saying that. Taurus, you got this. Whatever it is, sit your butt up on that line and keep it moving. Don't get stuck. Don't second guess yourself. A lot of that second guessing up here with the trapped in fear, like you got to stop and turn on your miracle ear so you can make sure you heard what you thought you heard. Damn all that. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. You got the strength to rise above all this bullshit, haters included, and do what you need to do. The point there that you need to understand is nobody's walking your path but you. And nobody knows what great thing you got going on in your head. Whether you complete it or you don't complete it, they don't know. So I wouldn't even give anybody any energy. What you want to focus on is your romantic life and your professional life. Anybody trying to get in the way of that, tell them to get bent. When we get to Saturday, looking at the Two of Coins, it's that weighing of the option thing. But it's also about having too much going on and not being in balance. Ooh. Too much going on. Too much going on. Too much. And that 1 and 4 makes 5. It's about change. So cut your losses where you need to cut your losses. There may be projects and things you're working on that are just not serving this, just a dead end. Cut your shit where you need to cut your shit. People may be in your experience right now just trying to drain you from what you're trying to do because they don't know what the hell, again, it's that hater energy, want to sideline you and keep you off your game. Don't fall for it. Don't get all up in the air about shit. Everything you see, this little joker here with the thing up in the air, little jester, everything that represents to you, don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. It feels like some of you may have some younger feminine energy. For some of you, it may be male energy around you. And they, be a friend. Yeah, don't let nobody get you off your game. Do everything in moderation. Make sure that you are not overwhelming yourself with somebody else's bullshit. Next Sunday, 6 of Cups on top of the environment. This person you're trying to mess with, they here. And most of you know who this is. I ain't even gonna play with that shit. Most of you know what you're trying to do. They are going to, the step up is for real. They are going to start getting into your environment. And that's probably for most of you exactly where you want them to be. Please know there is much divine intervention. You see the heart over there. There's much divine intervention for a lot of you. This may be a do-over or relationship, blowing the dust off of it, checking it out, seeing where it is. Once again, that 2 of Wands, tweaking that manifestation project, and making sure you're in alignment with what you want. telling you, by the beginning of next week, stranger things have happened this year. You know it and I know it. So somebody knocking on your door like, boo boo, I need you, I stay with you, whatever, they're going to be in your experience. Buckle up. Be ready. Parenting. It's time to get down to business. Those of you who've got kids, and this ain't the queen, so this ain't just about writing your name and the date in the upper right hand corner. This the king with the big sword, okay? You're going to have to put the hammer down. I know a lot of you are in that struggle of, should I send my child to school or not? Whatever it is, you are going to, as mom or dad or however that is, you're going to have to put the hammer down. It's time to get busy. For those of you that aren't clear on dates of when to go back to school, don't matter. You still need to get them ready. That means they need to read a book a day, tell you something, some new civic activity that's going on in the world, whatever. However that's working out for you, it's time to grind down now. I feel like some of you have got kids that are just kind of floating out there in the ethers, and they have been for the last couple months because there's been nowhere for them to go or nothing for them to do. And so they've just kind of, and a lot of you feel like a lot of you are frustrated, it's giving you a damn headache trying to deal with this. Time to kick it into gear. Time to kick it into gear. Something that's telling me some of you may need to just get your kids on routine now. They got to get up at 6:30, get up at 6:30. Online, inline, whatever, get it together. Oh, the defense card did show up. So when we get to next Tuesday, new relationships, old relationships, new projects, old projects, numb on that shit. Numb on it. Get defensive. People start asking you questions, just go to defense mode immediately. Well, you know, I really want to talk about that. Do not tip your hand about what you're doing, who you're seeing to anybody. Anybody. I didn't say that right. Anybody. Nobody. Get in the groove of whatever it is that you're trying to do. New job. New love life. Renewed love life. However that's resonating with you. Keep it to yourself. I don't know how else to say that. People start asking questions, I would immediately be on defense. Why you want to know what the problem is, who are you, however that's resonating, that it's just a couple spaces away from this, not a mistake. You need to be guarded about what you're doing. Hater energy is ridiculous. I'm just saying. So there are people that may be around you that you are unaware, trying to latch on, get their little hooks into your collar, and tear up your shit. Don't let it happen. Don't let it happen. I don't care how much you like a person, whatever. Don't let it happen. This is you, solo you. Solo Taurus, not Taurus and company. Keep your focus on your mate, male, female, whatever. Keep your focus there. Expect the highest good out of whatever you're doing, and keep it on the low. Be grateful. A lot of you may, at this stepping stone thing right here, mad because you got to change departments and got you doing some other bullshit. Be grateful. A lot of folks ain't working. A lot of folks ain't doing nothing. Wherever you need to be grateful, just be grateful. Thank the universe for whatever it is that you have. There's a whole lot of folks don't have and getting ready not to have. So just be aware of that. Be grateful for everything that you have and the experiences that you are able to encounter. Make a note of it. Some of you may find out who's hating on you at work, or just hating on you in general. Make a note of it. Don't say shit. Don't do shit. Just make a note of it. It's going to come back. You're going to need that information, and you will be able to better use it at a later date. Yes, I said that. I sure did. Make a note of whoever it is. If you just kind of see the card, the finger pointing, and somebody over here going, yeah, girl, you know, make a note of it. That's one of them dishes best served cold. That part right there. Don't do nothing. Just make a note of it. I promise you the opportunity to deal with person or situation is going to come back, and you will be in trumps. But don't get into any kind of craziness with anybody right now. Focus on that woo-woo. Some of y'all scared to go down this ride again. LOVE shit. Some of y'all like, I don't want to go. But I love them so much. But I don't want to go. Woo-woo is wonderful. And that feeling that you have is a good thing. So quit expecting everything to fail out the gate, Taurus. Just because it's new, different, don't mean it's bound not to work and bound to be a failure. That's that trapped in fear shit. Let it go. Woo-woo is wonderful. Being in love is wonderful. It is. So accept it. Be grateful for it. See what the grannies. Let them do the talking. This is work. And hear doors closing and shit. Let them do. Don't say shit. Like I said, don't say nothing. Let them run their mouth till they dig that hole. That's how they go. Somebody on your job is trying to let them do the talking. You ain't got to interrupt as bad as you might want to. Let them do the talking and watch them at the same time start stringing up the very rope they're getting ready to just string themselves along with, because they telling too much, that part. So let them do the talking. Don't interrupt. Let them hang themselves. Love is in the house. Do it because you want to. Don't do it because, you know, the last time it didn't work, or we didn't get hooked up, or I said something stupid again. This time, do it because you want to. Not because somebody is making you or because you feel like you have to. Do it because you want to. And wherever that applies to you in the next week or so, do it because you want to, not because somebody else wants you to. It's perfectly okay to tell people no. N-O, no. Own that shit. That's the second time that came up today. Own that shit. It came up in the Taurus reading, so rightfully so, the third Taurus reading. Let's just kick it. Own that shit. Whatever belongs to you. This part right here. Own that shit. This is your life. Take control of it. Don't let nobody else start trying to railroad you into some bullshit. Own your shit. And if that means you got to be by yourself and away from your friends, quote unquote, Bert and Ernie, okay, because you were trying to get your love life together. You were trying to get your professional shit together. So own your shit. Own that shit. Do what you need to do for yourself. Keep it to yourself. Be as quiet as you can, dear Taurus. Don't be running around. As soon as anybody starts asking questions, I'd get right defensive right away. I wouldn't even hesitate. Why are you asking? What you want to know for? How can I help you? But don't give up any information you don't have to. You want to do just this. You want to keep that under wraps. Whether it's a project or a person, however, keep it under wraps. Taurus, I love you. I'm going to leave this here. I hope you guys have a good week, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, y'all.